Good evening, good evening, good evening, and Happy New Year to everybody. I'd like to welcome you to what I'm hoping is going to be a very new adventure for me and for all of you. I'm going to call this Smoke Daddy's Playhouse, and I am your host, Mark Townsend, aka Smoke Daddy. So, I was given an idea to do podcasts for different types of content, but mostly for these bad boys right here. It seems that a few people said that they would have liked to have seen me do a podcast on my cigars. You know, different cigars that I buy, different experiences I've had with them. So this is the last day of 2025, so I'm going to end it with one of my favorite cigars, which is a flathead Steel Horse Ape Hanger. It is a close to 6x60. It's like a 5.7 by 58, but it being a flathead type, I use a nice little 11 millimeter punch to give it a nice deep draw. And we'll just toast the foot, as most of you probably already know. Get this bad boy started. There we go. So, what you want to talk about? I figured, I got a friend of mine named Darvis that said that I should be making content. My wife said I should be making content. My boy Rodney Harper, my guy Douglas Dorsey, even my man Jose Harris said you should be doing something with that. You should be expressing how it is you feel about your cigars. Talk about what type of cigars you like, this and that and whatever. Alright, cool. Guess what? We're gonna make this fucking happen. So, you tell me what you want to know. We're gonna find a way to talk about it. Gonna come out here in my man cave or whatever cigar lounge I happen to be at. I may happen to find some surprise guests that we can interview. We can talk on camera. Do some podcasts with some people. Find out what they smoke, what they like, what brought them to the culture, what brought them to the lifestyle. For me, unfortunately, I needed somewhat of an outlet at the loss of my son. I lost my son in 2016. Freaking gun violence in the city. And I was looking for something other than drinking. Not that I stopped drinking, I just needed something other than that. So I was in Benny's, found a humidor, walked in the place. For whatever reason, for somebody that doesn't like cigarette smoke, I can't stand cigarette smoke. I think it is acrid and just horrible to the olfactory senses. However, the smell of a nice cigar or the smell of pipe tobacco is heavenly to me. So I walk into this humidor and I'm, taking in all the smells and all the senses and going, I bet. And it's just so much. And I asked the young lady, because there was a young lady working in there, I asked the young lady and said, excuse me, for a beginner smoker, what would you recommend? Now mind you, this is beginning of 2017 at this point. So I'm just, I don't know nothing. And she recommended for a beginner smoker, you might want to try this acid blondie bellicoso. Okay. So I bought a couple of I bought one acid blondie bellicoso. My wife used to smoke when we first got married. She bought a couple of CAO flavors. Eileen's Dream was one of them. Cherry Bomb, I think, was the other one. We go home. We chill in the backyard. Put on my smoking jacket. And I, lit that bad boy up. Following her tutelage because she did this before we got married. So I'm, following what she says. I'm like, all right, we light up, we smoke, we chilling. Took it in, breathed it in, didn't fucking inhale it, held it, tasted it, blew it back out, just like I was supposed to. Handled that whole cigar with no problem. Didn't taste bad for a beginner type situation. I've had other teachers. We'll get more into that as we get to know each other a little better. I'll give accolades and acknowledgments to everybody that's helped me along my journey, and hopefully I can get a couple of these guys to get on screen with me, and we can sit down and talk about how that journey progressed for me as well as how it progressed for them. But I started smoking early in 2017, and I've been pretty much dibbling and dabbling, getting different strengths, and my palate's been changing ever since. I've gone from the sweet stuff to the Connecticut's to the Habanos to the Obscuros, and I've pretty much found my way to the Maduros. Now, give me a good Maduro, nice flathead 660, nice, what's the one my guy smokes? Partagas Black, Brick House Maduro, we can rock those. One of my guys says one of his favorites is a Ave Maria Reconquista. Yes, Mr. Amos, I'm talking about you. But when I tell you them Ave Marias was rocking my world when I was at work. They would send me something serious. And we wasn't even talking a full-length cigar. We were talking about the Ave Maria Morning Stars. So them bad boys had to be about maybe 4 inches long. They were double perfectos. V-cut the one side like the other side. Spend about 45 minutes to an hour outside on my lunch break just smoking. Sitting in the parking lot. Enjoying my smoke. Enjoying my coffee, juice, whatever I had to wash it down with. I was at work, so I couldn't have my bourbon. But I didn't need it. I realized at that point just how potent these cigars can be. I realized at this point just how potent. I didn't need weed. I didn't need to get high off anything. I was getting pretty much the exuberance and the freaking high I wanted off cigars. So flathead 660s, I do flatheads on Fridays. I know it's Wednesday. I know I'm doing a flathead. I may do another one on Friday, but I wanted to do one for the end of the year. I wanted to make this my last smoke for the end of 2025. So I wanted to be one of my favorites. And this is one of my favorites. So here I am rocking and doing what I do. I want to send a shout out to my man Q. You're going to get to know him better as Uncle Q. He started his little podcast, his little videos yesterday. My man got some interesting points. Got some things that he went through, some situations he going through, so let him get it out and listen to him. Tune in, listen to him. We both on YouTube. Quentin Sanders on YouTube. Mark Townsend, aka Smoke Daddy, on YouTube. So we're gonna do what we do. We're gonna enjoy this time. We're gonna make it happen. I want everybody to enjoy your new year. Be safe. If you can, stay inside. We know how these idiots can be out there. Stay inside. Anybody need to be outside. You don't need to be out there dealing with these fools. Stay inside. Stay safe. And as I always say, because if you know me, you know me. Stay smoky. Y'all be safe. Be blessed. You're going to get tired of me because I'm going to be all over this. I'll talk to y'all soon.